Most short films suck. They're boring, uninspired, look bad, and sound even worse. And if they aren't well planned, making them sucks too. It's a ton of work to put together, can become stressful easily, and if people aren't having fun, it's unlikely they're gonna wanna work with you again. But when you have a good set, it's like magic. There's nothing like the shared experience of working with others towards a creative goal. Pre-production can make or break your film. So that's why I'm going to share with you a straightforward way to prepare for your next project. So you can not only make a great film, but also have people begging to join your next project. So what makes a film set chaotic, confusing, and miserable? Most of the time, it comes down to a lack of effective planning. When you don't have a shot list, an idea of how you're going to film, or any sort of general structure or plan, then it's easy for a set to devolve into chaos. You'll know what I mean if you've ever been on a set where the director and the cinematographer are arguing with each other, or where people are running around aimlessly and there's a general confusion and lack of purpose. It's hard to make a good film under these circumstances, and even more importantly, it's hard to have fun. So failing to plan is the best way to guarantee your film is going to be trash. But what does a good set feel like? What's the gold standard we should be aiming for? For me, the thing I focus on more than anything else is something that's incredibly simple, but something that I think most filmmakers overlook. Are people having fun? Are people having a valuable experience? Most directors put all their energy into the outcome, into making a good film. But I think if you're still establishing yourself as a filmmaker, this is a little dumb. The goal for most short films shouldn't be to make a great film. Instead, if you're building your career still, your goal should be to learn the craft of filmmaking while developing bonds with other creatives. Most people who watch your film are going to forget it, but the people on your set will remember what it's like to work with you forever. You only have one chance to make a first impression. So focus on having fun. And you often find that a byproduct of that is making a better film than if you were overly obsessed with the outcome. It will take a ton of pressure off and reduce a lot of the anxiety that can make it difficult to lead a team. Focusing on making it a rewarding experience for everyone involved will also make it far more likely that people want to join you for your next project. And that's the real goal at the end of the day. So how do you effectively plan for a short film so that people are having fun, you make a great film, and people are excited to join your next project? I'm going to go through it step by step so that it's easy and simple for you. For me, after coming up with an idea and writing a script for a film, I usually look for my crew and cast. This step is integral, and it's probably one of the things that most people struggle with. After all, how do you get people to dedicate their precious time and energy towards a project that isn't even their own? I could spend forever talking about this, so I'll probably make a video about it in the future, but if you don't know any filmmakers, I would start by going to networking events. I'm based in Houston, and I met filmmakers here by going to monthly film mixers, going to conferences, and attending screenings. Now, after 7 months, I've met a ton of filmmakers, and many of them are now helping me on my next film. Another great way to meet filmmakers is through sets. Help out other filmmakers and they'll want to help you out as well. And plus, you'll get a chance to see how people actually act on set, and if you want them on your production. It's my opinion that you get to see someone's true character on a film set. Since they're often chaotic situations, you get to see how someone handles pressure, and the ability to maintain your composure under stress is a vital skill for any set. You can also use services like Backstage to find crew and actors, or post to local crew and casting calls. So after finding my creative collaborators, I often choose a location. This can seem simple, but location scouting is no joke, and a well-chosen location can make the rest of your pre-production process much simpler. For the film I'm making right now, Last Meal, I purposefully chose to film at my house and design the story around this location. This gave me a ton of control over how I wanted everything to be set up, and let me plan ahead of time for things like lighting and blocking. Accessibility is a huge thing to consider for the locations you choose, but at the same time, choosing aesthetic locations that fit the vibe of your story can really help to elevate your film. So find a balance between how easy it is to film and how the location fits to your vision. Now, there's a part of the process that I haven't brought up yet. What are you actually going to shoot with? Having the right equipment is really important to creating the vision you have for your film, but at the same time, many people overemphasize the importance of equipment, especially when you're starting out. If you're new to filmmaking and you're working with a crew that is relatively inexperienced, there's little value in splurging on expensive equipment. learn how to use and master the basics first. I'd start by using what you already have and asking your friends what you can borrow from them. Then, if there's anything else you need, instead of buying it, I would actually rent your equipment. A lot of people I know use ShareGrid, but there are tons of rental options to choose from. If you're newer to filmmaking and don't know what type of equipment you need, check out some of the videos I have linked in the description for gear. And I'll also share the gear I'm using to shoot my current short film, Last Meal. With these 3 items complete, you may think you're good to go, but you'll be missing out on what is, in my opinion, one of the most important steps of the entire pre-production process, and that's your shot list and your lighting plan. A shot list is just a list of all the shots you're gonna shoot for each scene. It helps you decide which lenses you want to use, which moments you want to focus on, and how many lighting setups you'll need. Depending on the way you like to work, you could make storyboards with very detailed blocking and coverage plans, or you could purposefully be a bit loose to allow for improv moments while filming. But if you're new, I would err on the side of caution. It feels a lot better to have a structure and to break from it purposefully than to have no structure at all. Designing a shot list can be a video all on its own, so if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. Finally, the last thing I would do in pre-production, not that you have to do these steps in any particular order, would be your table read. It's a great chance to have the actors sit down and practice the material in a safe, low-stakes environment, and it can even help you refine the writing a bit. With all these steps complete, you're now ready to shoot. Or are you? Well, now it's time to think about how you're actually going to take care of your crew. Make sure you have plenty of water, snacks, and food for the people working with you. I like getting prepackaged sandwiches and food from Costco, fruit and pastries, and then setting it up in an area away from where you're filming. I tried my best to give broad advice in this video, but there are so many aspects of pre-production that will be specific to your film. So start your pre-production process early so you can avoid a chaotic, miserable set experience. If you follow all the steps in this video, you'll be more prepared and create an environment that's not only fun and safe, but that will result in a better film. If you're planning to shoot something soon, please let me know what it is in the comments. If you enjoyed this, I'd love for you to stick around by subscribing. I'm documenting my life as I navigate the film industry and breaking into Hollywood, and I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future, sharing my journey, so if that sounds interesting, make sure to follow along. Also, you can check out my last film, Ritual for Love, if you're interested in seeing something I've made using these principles. Alright, peace and have fun making films.